Hey guys, welcome to the Team Top Gold call for the 6th of August here on Thursday. Sorry, it's actually Wednesday, one day ahead of myself. Very privileged to have Glenn on board from Western Australia over in Perth. Glenn, welcome.
How you going, mate?
Good, and I've got Pearlie online. Welcome Pearlie as well.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Hi Pearlie, and Rosemary has joined us. Welcome to the call.
Thank you very much. Lovely meeting you all. Bonjour.
Bonjour. And of course we've got Greg anchoring things down, and I'm going to add Wayne also to the call. Sorry about this, guys. We'll be able to get Wayne on. I don't think Greg's able to join. I was just giving him a try because I saw him as being green, which means ready. I'll give Wayne a shot. Wayne Weeks. Well, guys, it's been a busy week and I've got a few things to talk about. There's always exciting things happening at the moment in the group. Look, welcome again to the call. And what I want to talk about today, and I'll speak about this in a moment, is creating value and sharing value, because one of the things that Albie and Lawrence talk about, and one of the things I've heard ad infinitum, is that not only do you build a list, which is your greatest asset, it's very important. People like Jim Rohn have talked about it when he was alive, and that is that money goes towards value. If you're providing value in the marketplace, you're not rewarded for your time in the marketplace. You can actually go to Google, and whether you're actually building rapport online on Facebook or whether you've got a list, you can actually go ahead, just go to Google and pick your favorite motivational person. Jim Rohn, Abraham Lincoln, Henry David Thoreau, it doesn't matter, Benjamin Franklin, it could be any network marketing person, whatever. Pick that leader, put them in Google, and go ahead and just Google them and Google quotes after their name. I mentioned this a little bit the other week. And go and I copy a whole bunch of quotes and I save them in Notepad. But then also go to images. Once you've Googled them on the web, then go to images. And right-click on some of those. Actually, right-click on the images and open them in another window. Open them in another tab. And then right-click on the image and download it to your computer. And right then you'll have a picture that you can post on Facebook along with a quote from that person, right? If you're not in a position immediately to create your own videos, this is a quick way to get started. Posting and quoting value that's already there out on the internet. Posting a quote, and one good point that Wayne had the other week is that you can ask a question. So instead of just mindlessly going out and plastering quotes online, one of the big things that Mike Klingler, when I took the Traffic Formula 2.0 back about 5 or 6 years ago from Mike Dillard's marketing, one of the things Mike Klingler spoke about in one of those training units was inviting active participation and interaction. And the people that have the most interaction are the ones that have the social sway, the social proof. They post something, they invite quotes, they invite dialogue and discussion instead of just superficial blasting stuff out on the internet. That's one way of doing it. Google someone, copy their quotes down, and also go ahead and go to images. You've seen people put images up. John Greig shares stuff from Mindset Unleashed and stuff like that. So you see people out there doing it. Invite that interaction. Here's a 3-letter acronym that I've seen out there online, and it's AIR, like in the word air. A is audience. You develop an audience. I for interaction, and R for relationship. Okay? Another thing that I've advised and that I really think that people should do is listen to somebody like Ray Higdon or Eric Worre every day. In the last few days, Eric Worre had an interview with Bob Proctor, and it was a priceless interview. He's had an interview with Les Brown. He's interviewing some greats at the moment, I think in Las Vegas or in San Diego, sorry. for a conference he's putting together, you can share that value out on Facebook or with your list with people and go, look, here's 2 to 3 things I learned. Guys, go ahead and check this video out. You'll really love it. I'm learning so much. So one of the things about becoming a master is becoming an ultimate student, and we're all learning, and we never quite reach some final destination of knowing it all. We're all on that path to share value as we go. So take people on that journey as you go along. Does that sound good to you guys? What do you think of doing that in terms of sharing daily value, either with your list to build a relationship with them or on Facebook? What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, I think that's an excellent idea. Thank you. And I'm actually one of them that sometimes puts out images with some excellent, great quotes, but I never interact and ask for, ask for comments. So I just learned something. Thank you, John.
You're more than welcome. And you can be using this on 2 fronts. Number one, as I said, on Facebook. So I appreciate that, Rosemary. And also with the list that you're developing, because one of the things that, look, I've heard this ad infinitum, and I started my own free advertising e-zine about 8 to 10 years ago, and I dropped it. So I was list building back then, but I haven't been consistent over that time period. And a lot of people actually, looks like we've lost the call. I hope you guys can still hear me. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, you're fine, John. Yeah, we've got you. It's fine.
Okay, that's excellent. You know, a lot of this stuff sounds basic, but the key thing with the most advanced mindset that I keep hearing about is to master the basics. Now, I've been doing a bit of work, and I've just emailed you, Greg, and Wayne, and Pearlie. And Greg, can you share it with Rosemary? I've got 5 templates that I've shared with you. Here's what's coming. I'm doing this step by step. I've got a website which I haven't put together yet called teamtopgold.com, but that's not stopping me from sharing these templates I put together. First one is on daily affirmations, and I've spoken about reading daily affirmations. Another one is Team Top Gold leads list. So once you've got a lead who's interested in the business, go ahead and add them to that list. It's just a way of being organized. One of the worst things is being unfocused and overwhelmed, guys. So a leads list, to write their name. It sounds simple, but I'm so much a victim. I'll put my hand up. I'm trying to organize myself and lead myself to share this stuff with you guys. A leads list, write the name down. Who hasn't been guilty of a post-it note here, a slip of paper there, and where's my number when I need to call that guy, and I never wrote his email address down below. Where do I go to find that? You can't afford to waste time when you're being focused building a business. And the greatest person you have to lead is yourself. So here's a leads list, and you guys I think will like this. It's simple, it's a template. I've also taken some time to type up a rejection-free template from, I actually got this from Laurie Petrosina, who's in our group under Albie. She got that training, and I've shared that training with people already from Jessica Higdon. So it's step-by-step questions to ask and how to handle people. 4th template I've put together is a daily action plan. And one of the things I said last week is I've kept that deliberately simple. Because the worst thing is if you're not doing 1 or 2 things consistently every day, there's no use putting down 5 or 10. Focus, focus, focus. Can you guys still hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
And Greg?
Yeah,
Looks like
I've got you okay, John. You're fine.
Good. So you're still recording. Look, people have dropped off. I don't know if it's their connection or not, but they certainly will get this recording. So keeping it simple, I've got this statement and I'll say it again. Start simple, start small, start fast, and start now. Right? There's no use me giving people, I've done it. I've got it. I could share it with anybody that's interested. I've got a Excel spreadsheet that I turned into a template with about 10 1-hour webinars on Facebook marketing. What I've done is backed away from that, and this week I've published on YouTube, and I'll send it out to you guys. 13 minutes out of a 40-minute webinar. Got this leader's permission, Brian Pedersen up in Denmark, who's on his way to Thailand because he lives there as well. And I put something at the front of it and something at the back of it, and I've created a video there. And when I'm creating these videos of content, I'm not putting my link. The way they're finishing off is with check the link below for more information, so you guys can use the training that's being put together to say, look, here's a bit of training to get you off to start. One of the leaders in our group are putting it together, and you can brand that. You can go and post that video out. You can download it if you want and put it on your own YouTube channel. Feel free to do that. And if you don't know how to do that, Facebook message me later, because there's a very good site for doing that with. You can brand yourself, share that training, put your link at the bottom of it. So that's my aim with this stuff, is to not draw people to myself, but create something there that's, number one, simple, number two, you can use both in your own training, own implementation, and also share it with new people, and also share it with prospects and say, look, here's the kind of training we're putting together here. So I've done that video. I've done another one, very simple, on how you can find people on Facebook graph search. Has anybody used Facebook graph search to find people that they can prospect on Facebook?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So would it be of value if you had a simple way to type in people who like Robert Kiyosaki and find a whole bunch of people that you can not friend and spam, but send a message, contact, develop a connection with that's mutual, that you go to their Facebook wall, like a picture or two, make a comment to them, and do real basic stuff.
Absolutely, John.
Okay, well, I've developed that training, and I also worked out how to refine that training down by what's called, I've kept it really simple, just how to search for people who like Mike Maloney, people who like Peter Schiff, people who like Ray Higdon, people who like Eric Worre, right? And another exciting thing I worked out, and I remember this training that I've had, you can then add another filter and go, people who like Mike Maloney, and you can also add another filter and go, add, and then people who like network marketing. And then you can add another filter, people who like Peter Schiff. So you can target, and refine. You can refine people down to geographies, cities, a whole bunch of stuff that's on Facebook graph search. So I'm going to add to that training. Okay? And this is exclusive training for our group. But again, I'm going to put, and I said exclusive, but you're going to be able to share it. Check the link below for more information, right? So it won't be branded to me, and you can download it and upload it. Okay? So that's where I'm heading. So I've sent the templates out. I'm putting together this Lego block by Lego block at a time. And what I'm going to do is develop a marketing funnel to make, just to streamline this, because I'll get the information quicker to you if I'm able to have you guys in a funnel and add a lesson at a time. What I'll do is also upload these templates that I've developed to Google Docs, so I'll give you a link in the lesson that I'll develop. Okay, so I'm just trying to put this together and make it as simple as possible to help you guys. Now, the last template that I developed, I downloaded, okay, Karatbars has announced a competition between now and the end of September for free accommodation and all kinds of incentives for Las Vegas, and they've announced that the Bellagio Hotel will be the venue. And so what I've done is I've created a dream book. What I've done is I've downloaded 80 images, and I selected the best out of the 80, and I've created 8 pages with about 10 images on each one, and at least 3 quotes about visions, from Walt Disney through to Winston Churchill to you name it. I've put them on there about vision, dreams, making dreams come true. And I want you guys to look at this every single day in the morning and every single day in the evening, and also read the affirmations in the morning and the affirmations in the evening. And you will find that you'll transform your mind. You know, Bob Proctor says, if you can see it on the inside, you'll find it on the outside, and I dropped that quote in there. Okay, so I've got that. printed out. It's in living colour. I've chosen the best images, and the place is wonderful. Okay, so I want you guys, I want us all, myself included, to dream build each and every single day using this template. Does that sound good to you guys?
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, good idea, John. Thank you.
No worries. I mean,
Thank you, John.
you're welcome. Rosemary, Curly, and Greg. See, here's the thing. I saw Ray Higdon talk about this, and, you know, that's a great idea. I've got to do that, you know. And I've actually got a small one, and on one of the earlier calls, I sent out a template that you can cut and sort of, I'm sticky taping it to the dashboard of my car, but you can sticky tape it by your computer, because one of the things I mentioned last week is Earl Nightingale has a recording from the 1950s, and he was the father, along with Conant, so it became Nightingale Conant, of one of the best recorded, it was on an LP, vinyl LP, best mindset pieces. Hey Glenn, glad to have you back. Welcome back, mate. This whole call is going to be recorded anyway. But Earl Nightingale said you get what you think about most of the time, and I've been listening to that through other mindset stuff, through Your Wish Is Your Command, and a whole bunch of stuff. I'll eventually put that into the mindset stuff that I'll be sharing with you guys. Mark Victor Hansen narrated it as well. So if you look at this dream book with these pictures, it's going to picture into your subconscious. And when there's distractions and stuff that's going to get you frustrated, it'll help you lift your eyes and put them back on the dream, back on the vision, and back on the goal. So I'm developing, in addition to that basic Facebook training I mentioned, mindset lessons that I'm sharing with you guys, and I'll have templates with
Excuse me, John. Just if I may interject, whoever's got the live mic, could they mute it, please? I'm having trouble recording this.
Okay, Glenn, it might be you. There was a dog barking in the background. See if you can mute your microphone. I think that's better. How's that now, Greg?
Yeah, that sounds good, John.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'll be another 5 minutes and that's it, guys. I've given you a lot of stuff to look at. Number one, lesson one's going to be about mindset, and I'll talk about that Ray Higdon audio that I'll give a link to that you guys can listen to, about getting out of your head, getting into your life, getting out of your head, prospecting, not prejudging anybody, and also playing to your greatness, not the smallness that's inside of you. So I'll share that with you guys, and also the Art Williams video about do it now, just do it. I think people love that classic one. It's great. It's like from '87 in a presentation he gave to a religious broadcasters conference. The next lesson I'll be doing is keeping it simple again. Got to keep it simple for myself as well, because you can overwhelm yourself. But there's really two basic types of spending 45 minutes out of every hour and leads through sales funnels. So there's a bias there. The more limited your time is, the more you're going to have to spend that with. And they're both types of marketing, don't get me wrong, are income producing activities, but you have to have a bias towards connecting with people and sharing your presentation. Lesson number 3 is going to be about how to connect, and I'll share that in that lesson, that basic Facebook training I spoke about. Lesson 4 is going to be about the power of affirmations. Lesson 5 is going to be about not only what I spoke about, talking about sharing and creating value, but I'll do a Camtasia presentation about how to do it as well, about how you can create that value to build that relationship with the list. So what I'd like to do now is just open up. Is there any thing that you guys would like to see covered. Glenn asked me today before this call, I've got someone that's interested or said that Karatbars sounds interesting. What do I do? My simple response is, have they looked at Karatbars' presentation yet? And what I would say is, if someone seems interested, you say, and this is whether they've, if they've gone to the presentation, ask them, not what did you think, because that puts them in an analytical part of their brain, and they might come up with objections and things that they thought, that sprang to mind. What you do is say, what do you like most? Because when you do that, you're going into the dream space, the feeling space. Oh, what did I like? And you're immediately steering the conversation and getting them to come back to you with something that's positive. So you put the conversation onto the right footing. I hope that was helpful, Glenn, when I mentioned that. But people like that, get them onto the presentation, and if they've been on it and they're really positive and they actually say, oh, I really liked this and really like that, here's something that you can really not stun them with, but just say, well, it sounds to me like you're ready to join, and pause, and you've thrown the ball back in their court. And they'll either come up with an objection or they'll agree. And there are ways of help, people can get bogged down in objections, but you can go back to them and you can say, well, you told me that you want to earn 10,000. If they're really analytical, you can say, well, here's a website, go back and let me know when you're interested. But one thing you can really ask them is, look, well, Bob, if it's not this, what is it going to be? And so you're getting them to think about, well, what else am I looking at? And that'll clarify in their mind when you ask them what they like. If it's not this, what is it? It puts you in command and control. It actually puts you in a position of posture, so they're not throwing you a question. If you just, it's like throwing a stick to the dog and you're running and fetching it, coming back, and they're in control of the whole call. Turn it around and say, well, if you do a U-turn, you can turn something around and you ask a question. What did you like the most? If it's not this, what's it going to be, Bob? What did you like the most? So they're the ones. You're interviewing them. You're qualifying people for your time. So guys, just quickly, is there anything that you would like to see covered in these trainings coming up? I want to adapt this to what you guys want to see. Is what we're covering helpful? I want to get you guys into motion. I want to share training that's simple, not overwhelming, that gets you into action immediately. Is there anything you'd like to see? Pearlie, Rosemary, Glenn,
John,
can you guys hear me?
Yeah, John, you're doing very well. You're on the money right now. So what you're doing so far is excellent.
Okay, and it talks about it. It's shiny object syndrome. Magpies have been picking stuff up and building their nests with it. One actually tried to pick a tape measure up the other day from my yard. I was working in it. Shiny object syndrome. If you're not focused, I want to undercomplicate it, not overcomplicate it. If you're focused, you're going to be less open to distractions. If it's simple and you can implement it, you're going to be less open to distractions and being overwhelmed. So here's one of the greatest keys you can learn. If you want to be a master, master the basics. So if you think of anything after this call, let me know. But I may as well pick those active prospect and build an empire. He also said if you're not organised part-time, full-time will be no good to you. The power of affirmations, how to make it happen. Creating and sharing value, they're basics. Until you get those down, if they're really wonky, can you guys call me? Skype's asking me to evaluate the call. I hope you can hear me, but until you get things going, there's no use adding other things. So guys, I think that's it. I actually have to get going now in the next couple of minutes. Thank you for your presentation. Greg, are you still on board?
Yes, John. You had a couple of dropouts there with your internet connection.
Okay, well, we're going to master the basics, and we'll take these 5 things and we'll just hit them one at a time and develop some valuable training together. So thank you very much for your time, guys. Great to have you. I think Rosemary dropped off.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome, Pearlie. great to join us. Thanks for being here. I've emailed you those templates. Glenn, I've sent them to you. Greg, I've sent. You're welcome, and Greg, forward them on to Rosemary and also to John if you can. Give me their email addresses.
I'll do that, John. Yes, thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you for recording it, guys. Thanks for being present, and look forward to touching base with you. We're going back to the same bat time, but it's going to be on Thursday instead. Alrighty?
Okay, that's
Okay,
fine. Thank
thanks,
you.
John.
Bye.
Thanks very much.
Cheers,
Bye
bye.
for now.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.